MegaCon! No. We can do better than this. MegaCon! Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, the lady of the hour, make some noise for Lena Headey! Yes, keep the coffee. Keep the coffee. That is necessary.
Hi, everyone.
That's not Starbucks, is it?
Wow! Shots fired!
It's not me.
Shots fired! Miss Lena, how you doing this weekend?
I'm good. I think I'm making 90% coffee.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. You hold it well. It's strong. It's keeping you moving. Has MegaCon been treating you well?
Yes, I'm doing.
Excellent. Excellent. I'll execute anybody that didn't.
Actually, there is someone.
Oh, what? Oh, I was about to say, point them out! No. We are all here because we're super fans of all the things that you've been a part of, the stories that you brought to life. It's been amazing. I would love to start your origin story, though. What got you into acting? And in terms of how it's grown, did you think that this would be where you would go?
No.
Okay.
Short answer. I've always wanted an origin story.
Yes.
Small town, big dreams. Often crushed by those around me. It was like, that's never gonna happen. And then I did a school play and got seen in that when I was 17, and I just kind of pursued it and held on with my teeth.
Yes.
Ups and downs as my life is.
So very true, so very true. What I love is success is often the greatest revenge against the haters. And I hope that some of those people that ever told you, you can't do this, are standing in your line begging for an autograph. I want that to happen, and I want you to look them in the eye and go, shame. I had to. It's Leslie's fault. He was saying it as people were coming in. It was amazing. One of the first things that you stood out in as a performer to me was 300. And it makes some noise for 300. Again, a true Spartan queen. The way that you commanded space amongst this group of guys that just muscle bound and oily. What did it smell like on that set? Just out of curiosity.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
Let's have to go back on another side. Do you know, I don't remember. Any sense. I just remember everyone was on diet, so I wasn't.
Oh.
Which I think is the reverse of Hollywood for women.
Yes.
But I was like, enjoy your almonds.
It's dark. It's so dark. But obviously, adapted from a comic book, great comic book by the great Frank Miller.
Great Frank Miller.
Love him. Were you familiar with the comic before you got the role?
Heck no.
What? And listen, the way that you brought Gorgo, I cannot speak, brought her to life though, I would have assumed that you were a comic book fan from jump because there was such a power that you just naturally captured that the story had also.
No, I mean, I don't think I've ever found it, but his visuals are so powerful.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Okay.
She was written that way.
She was written very, very well. Some of the most classic lines, I mean, the idea of any woman that should stir my husband should be like, that's so powerful and there's so much love behind it. What was it like to kind of build that relationship with Gary?
He's such a fun, I don't know if you've met him, but he's kind of a rare breed.
Okay.
And we just had a giggle. But I saw Frank yesterday and I was like, we need to do Gorgo's story.
Yes!
Let's find her now.
Please.
Because those women were ferocious too.
Indeed. Only true give birth to Spartan men. It's such a great line. Obviously, the This is Sparta scene is iconic. Can you tell us what it was like to kind of see all that happen, the fun of the slow-mo kick? Did you ever want to get in there and do a couple kicks yourself?
I always do, but I'm always begging for someone to do some kind of murderous action. I think it was made quite visionary for the time, and the brilliant Zack Snyder was doing it. So, you know, we were kind of just in linked with this, just trusting him and Larry Florence, our two key. And so I think none of us really knew, you know, just in this big kind of space, like that. So that's the well, yeah, okay. And someone's okay. And then you see it and you're like, oh, they really did know what they were doing.
Absolutely, it's one of the coolest things I think ever adapted from comics to film. Another comic to film. Again, you're telling me you're not like a super comic book head here? Is Dread, also again, a very famous UK 2000 AD series. Your role as Mama, I mean, you talk about brutal. She was quite violent. Did that actually like scratch some of those itches for getting the sword or the gun or your own mega city?
Yes. Yeah, no, I think she did that. Pushed those libels out.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Yes, all right, so I've got a case there. That I think Mama was originally written as a male character, and I wouldn't have met for it, and then like we're just seeing a Bigfoot bit. So I loved playing that. That was really good fun. I just like playing that guy. It's Italian. Fun.
You are quite good at it. I appreciate it. But I mean, with this series, you said you weren't familiar with Judge Dredd before. Did you read any of it after to kind of see any sort of the tone of what this, you know, world is supposed to be like?
We did.
Totally. So this is what true talent looks like, y'all. Okay.
But listen, you're walking into a set that is so mega, so transportive,
yes,
and immersive. You know, you've got caution and ring and all that stuff, and it's like when somebody builds a world, it just does something to you.
I love that. You walk into it, it's real, you feel it.
Yeah.
Okay. Was there anyone in particular who you really enjoyed acting against, or really brought out something fun in your performance working with them on that particular?
I mean, you know, everybody does. It's like even if you don't vibe with someone, you kind of can use that too.
Of course.
You know? So it's just people are people. You're not gonna love everyone. You know what I mean? That's a lie.
That's it. That's it. Another movie or show where you weren't at all a bad guy, in my opinion, the Sarah Connor Chronicles. Again, filling the role of an iconic character. I mean, there is no better mom in all of sci-fi than Sarah Connor, in my opinion. What was it like to tap this now?
I mean, that was very early on. I was sort of, you know, pretty new to it, and I was auditioning and getting it and thinking, what? And, you know, it was a huge TV show. I'm a Brit from like, people call it tiny town, and then I ended up in, you know, Universal Studios. Just sort of mind blown. But it was, I don't know, it was great fun.
You did such a wonderful job picking up where Linda Hamilton had set the stage. You get to talk to her and all four. Ooh.
We met, like, I think like the second year into that, I met Linda Hamilton. I was like, she's still got bigger films than I do. She's great.
I mean, she's rather good. Did she give you any words of advice for your portrayal of Sarah?
We just learned to swim city rock.
That's the advice. Like, that's it, right?
That's it.
It makes sense. It makes sense. Just out of curiosity, do you believe in the concept of Terminator? Are the machines out togetherness? Is that a thing?
God, it's what us going right now in the world. And
Okay. All right. But the training helps. Like, I think you be prepared if it were to happen. You're like, no, I know what to do.
yes, those are parents. You guys will be fine. If I'm around, we'll be golden.
So you were in this little production. It's kind of underground, independent. Most people don't even know it. It's called Game of Thrones. And obviously, again, adapted from a great book series. We're used to it. I was totally about that. Like, no.
There's a theme.
No, but I think there's something powerful to it, right? As an actor, you get to come into a space without any preconceived notions, and you really just kind of find the character. You can build what you need to for what your role is going to be. In the early days, who was Cersei to you?
I mean, I remember auditioning and I found her humor. I found Cersei to be really quite witty, and I think that's why I initially got the role. I think that I didn't take her that seriously. I feel like that's part of her survival mechanism, is kind of finding the darkness funny. Because how else do you survive?
You don't. And obviously, out of all the characters, I think Cersei has the most road to travel in terms of shock, in terms of her characterization, relationships, things like that. When you read who her children's father actually was that truly like oh wow, you're doing that sort of moment, or this is going to be fun and interesting to kind of bring it up?
Fun.
Wow, that's so naughty. I like that. Yeah, wow. Okay. So for you, what was the most fun about playing this sort of role? I mean, there's so much depth to Cersei there's gravitas, there's some danger to it. Anything can happen at any time. Were you ever feared that you were going to die earlier than what actually happened in the series?
It's bad.
Okay.
No, I mean, it's such a privilege to play somebody of that amount of time, and because of that, you get a chance to develop and try things. And also, David and Dan, work beautifully for us until the end. And
We all agree. Come on.
But no, I loved it. I was never feeling, we would get every season, get a script, and you'd obviously be like, okay, me. And you'd get invited to a dinner if you were going to die, and that became the thing. So if you got the call, you were like, oh, fuck.
Visualize it.
It's my death state,
In your head, does Cersei have a favorite child?
Joffrey.
I think she had a little thing for Joffrey.
She did have a good job. But was that more circumstantial, even? Like, obviously Joffrey is set up to be the next king, so you kind of go, but was Joffrey truly the favorite?
I think it was probably the favorite.
All right.
And I think she felt guilty. She kind of created the monster.
Well, yes, really.
Although he's a little bit cute. He was a shitbag.
He really was. But I think that's one of the things that makes it so delicious is, when you have these characters that you kind of hate, but you love them all at the same time. There's something so powerful about that kind of writing thing. And what were the shooting times for each episode of Game of Thrones?
Also, I was going to say Jack Casey is great. Joffrey is probably one of the most charming,
I love it.
warm, fun human beings. But yeah, we
You can
do.
say that.
Are you here? What episode? What do you mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't that long.
No?
Like,
That's incredible.
just 7, 8 months shoot for every season.
Yeah, that's
It's pretty tight. They have three units running.
okay. Okay. So that's kind of solid. Can you
They were like,
tell
you can take this way to Croatia. And I'm like, sure. I mean,
go on with you?
yeah, travel your own way.
Do you have a particular process when it comes to learning your lines for any episode or scene? What is your setup as an actor for how you get that language in your heart and mind?
It depends how lazy I am. I'll be honest, there are some days you get tired and you're like, I was going to sleep on that in the morning, and then you shake yourself dead. Oh, it's 10 pages. And then you have to grasp it quickly. I mean, sometimes I'm writing it down over and over.
Right.
But I also don't like to learn tightly because, you do it 20 times
Yeah.
and it gets repetitive. So it's quite nice to kind of find pieces of it. That's
Brilliant. I think there's something natural to your storytelling ability that you have that concept. You're like, okay, I understand this was supposed to be natural, but it feels natural. I don't want to be stunning.
Yeah.
This is exactly how I'm supposed to do that, which is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, that you can teach yourself
Yes.
to do it too kind of familiar,
Of course. Are you happy now that you don't have to be so, tight-lipped about things that happen in the show?
Yes.
Was that a challenge?
It was awful.
It's been a few years now. Can you tell us the one time, I'm sure it was just one time, that you let something slip to a friend and you knew you weren't supposed to?
Oh, yeah, all the time. I mean, you know what I mean? You'd be like, all the way, like, Jose.
That's awesome. Did you tell of anyone's death before? Oh my God! Yeah.
What do you want from me?
And it's not the Lannister story. I love it. Out of curiosity, if you could live in Westeros, where would you love to be?
Fleet bottom.
That is the realest answer ever.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. If someone was like, where do we live? You'd be like, Fleet bottom.
You're just like, hey, let's mess with me. Yes, you got it. Your accent saw a little bit like,
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
this is
like
something.
I can get you anything.
Love that. Outside of your own character or anyone that you are naturally related to, did you have any other favorite characters from the show?
Yes.
Ooh, talk.
Brienne.
Yes.
And Arya.
I think that's one of the other things that's so great about this show, that it was very empowering to women without any sort of real hesitancy. You could be dominant.
Until the end.
Whatever. I like to think that it stopped at season 7. I had candidate 8 myself. That's just what we're gonna do. And I mean, to that end, what I thought was really interesting was the opportunity or the idea that you actually got to have a almost poetic death. That you found each other, and once the rubble clears, that you were together. And I thought that was very powerful. Off the beaten path, when you got to read that for the first time, did you find it as sweet or endearing as obviously making it up with you?
Here's the thing, when you do something like that, that you start off like any job from accident, and who knows if anyone's gonna watch it. And I don't think any of us did, and then people did. And it's 8-9 years of your life. And I think you, like any kind of long-term thing, you sort of have some expectancy of what's coming. And we all knew each other, and we would all talk about, imagine if this happened. And I think Maisie and I were like, imagine if Cersei and Arya get to face off, and she'd come back as being, or whatever that is. Well, I think we were fantasized. So when I read it, it wasn't what I'd written. So, it was a little like, oh. Cool.
I get it.
Yeah.
No, I totally get that. Out of curiosity.
Incest is back. That's how we ended.
Listen.
As we began.
Raise your hand. If you were Jamie, you do it too. Stop playing. Wow, I wasn't really meaning to raise your hand. You're in big trouble when you get home. Out of the many characters that you've played, who's the most like you?
I mean, I'm trying to think. I'm probably like all of them somewhere, you know what I mean? There's definitely a ferocious mother that lives in me.
I
guess I should.
Ferociously so. And I don't know really. I think there's parts of you that you, I guess, put in there without even knowing it.
Of course.
Like the sleeper stuff.
Makes sense. Who do you think is the furthest from who you want to be?
Tywin.
Wow.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say play tight. Who would be the character that is the furthest from who you would
Probably
want to
Mama.
be? Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Don't want to be a drug dealer, go to the Lord, take over Bank City.
Yeah, I don't want to run along with
That's
her.
a lot of responsibility.
It is.
Right? I don't think she slept well. I think that's
Lots of people. She's a lot of backstory.
Right.
Yeah.
One of the worst deaths ever. In my opinion. Listen, you guys have seen Dread, yes? Who hasn't seen Dread? All right, I won't ruin it. Just know, like, it's one of the most diabolical death scenes I've ever seen in my life. Like, I felt bad for you. Like,
It's a great death.
it's
I love that. I had to slam my face into plexiglass so bad.
Oh my God, it's brutal. Watch it. I do want to invite you guys to take part in this conversation. We have the 2 microphones here. Go ahead, start it up.
Well, my name's Joe. I really enjoyed the movie Telltale.
Yes.
And I was just wondering, at the end, you know, she tells Terry about the heart and it starts beating. Did you see anything in the script of how, like, my envisioning the ending was that he ends up killing her, but did you see anything in the script, or can you tell me how it officially ended? Like, did the script say anything, or?
I'm gonna be really honest.
Yeah.
That was so long ago. That I don't know.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I was like really wanting to know it, so. Thank
It
you.
will remain a mystery.
All right, thank you.
That's awesome, though. I think that's one of those fun things, too, where the ambiguity of an ending will allow for as many interpretations as possible.
Yes.
And that's always beautiful.
Yes.
Hello.
Exactly.
Hello.
Hi.
Was there anyone on Game of Thrones that you wanted to kill that you didn't kill? That was the question.
Not the writers in the last season, though. We're not going to talk about that.
Do you know what? In all honesty, we didn't have any. Sorry, children. Dicks on the show. It was just really good fun.
That's good.
Like for real.
Love it.
Yeah.
Hello.
I don't know how much you talked with George, but do you think the show went in the direction that he imagined from the books?
Is he finished? I don't know. You have to ask George that one.
Thank you.
Hello.
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 You always played like really strong mother, and you also were like the backbone to the husbands that you had.
Yes, indeed.
And who do you think was your favorite husband?
That's a good question.
My favorite, not husband. My favorite. Do I have many? Do you know who I love is Mark Headey, who was Robert Baratheon. And, he's just a joy.
Great.
Okay, then. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello.
Hi, how you doing? So, all right, so now that time has passed, what thoughts and feelings do you have about the last season? In a hypothetical world, let's say they said, hey, we're gonna redo it. Could you come back and you speak?
I mean, I don't think that's gonna happen. But like I say, I think it was such a sort of high expectation moment for I think for all of us. I think everyone had imagined where these paths would end. You know, that we've trodden so with such kind of dedication. I fantasized about a different way, but wrong it was.
Okay. If we get through all this, I'm going to ask you what some of your headcanon endings would have been. So, fair. All right. Hello.
Hi, hello. So while you were filming Game of Thrones, you guys did a lot of time, a lot of seasons. Did you have a favorite scene that you shot, or something that was the most memorable to you?
I mean, I loved all the scenes with Tyrion, and because that relationship is sort of fascinating. You know, layered and really fucked, and I liked all the talky scenes. You know, where we got kind of pages and pages, and you could just get into it and throw all that stuff in there.
On stage. Hello.
Hi. Nobody's mentioned this movie yet, but I really wanted to ask, is there anything that you remember clearly that was like cool or fun for you when you were filming Imagine Being You in London? My friends love London, and we love the scene of you and Piper Gorgo in Regent's Park, and I was wondering if there's anything you might remember about that like was cool or that you enjoyed.
I mean, that whole thing was great. It was, you know, an indie, which I love doing, because it's just freedom and input and collaboration. But but it was great to come to London, like to learn London. And yeah, it was just a really fun crew, like cast, and thankfully it's loved.
No, and thank you so much for coming. It's one of my favorite movies, so thank you.
Oh.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello, I hope you're doing well. I would love to know if there was any particular actors, directors, who's young in movies that we saw in the college you learned, this is going to be a great day at work.
A great day?
Yeah.
Yes. Conleth Hill, who was Varys. Conleth, I couldn't do a scene with Conleth without laughing. So I would be like, this is going to be a good day, but also, I would often say, I don't think Cersei would look at Varys, because I couldn't. So now if you rewatch it knowing, if I have to give a line, sometimes I just look away, because I was like, I knew Conleth would go, you know. Or just like,
Absolutely, thank you.
I like that. Hello.
Hello. Based on just role alone, regardless of gender or anything else, if you could choose to play like a character on Game of Thrones, who do you think would be the most fun to play?
if I was taller, Brienne.
Okay.
And if I was younger, Arya. They're just my two favorites. Thank you. Yeah.
It would be dynamite in both of those.
Oh.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi, I was gonna ask, sorry. I was gonna ask, what are your thoughts on Jaime Lannister's character development?
On Jamie's?
Yes.
I agree.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello. What aspects do you think Cersei and you have in common?
Wait, say that one more time.
Me and Cersei?
Yeah.
I mean, motherhood.
There you go.
I think that's it. Yes.
Well, hold on now. Cersei was pretty brilliant in the way that she did play this game. She understood things that I think arguably was supposed to be beyond her station, but because she was in the room, she grasped a lot. I think you
Yes.
grasp a lot in how you move in life. So I'm gonna give you that too. Not just yeah. Okay.
Hi, on the train track, Motherhood. I wanted to ask for advice. So I am currently in multiple tracks for Barabbas from Bad Music, and I was wondering, like, what is it like to play a mom, and what do you think? That, you know, I'm a teenager, so I'm not just a doctor, but how do you play a mother without it being like, I don't know, it's hard for me.
Without being.
Yeah.
That's a good question. I was thinking about Sarah Connor. I was not yet a mother when I played her. I mean, I have a teenage son. I think the thing is, it's that thing of an actor, right? Where you have to have a relationship with somebody that you care deeply for and are protective of. You just have to kind of think about how, when you felt that way in your life about women, and you kind of transfer it to that being, you know. You just have to be a wide open, vulnerable empath, and it's brutal for some people.
Great question. Thank you. Hello.
I really enjoyed the abandons, and I know it's not coming back, but the fight scene at the end, who do you think won? You were Julian Anderson.
Me.
You said she won. I asked her yesterday, she said she won.
She would say
We
that.
had this chat at the vending machine yesterday.
Who won in the chat just now? Like,
Well, we both looked
No.
like, all right, well, then we can disagree.
hello.
Thank you. Hey, Peter Dinklage actually said publicly that from you received one of the scariest stares he's ever received from a woman.
Wow.
I was curious if you practiced that, and so how?
I said that you got one of the scariest scares or stares?
Scares.
Scares. You scared?
Scares.
Peter? You scared Peter, apparently.
Scared Peter?
Yeah. Oh, stare. Stare. T with the T. Okay.
See, I fell down those stairs. No, I don't. Good.
That was just natural. That was just a look.
Peter and I shared a flat when we first went to Belfast on our first season, and he used to pretend to be dead when I. So I stared at him, and he scared me.
There you go. Hello.
Hi. Did any souvenirs from the Game of Thrones set accidentally end up in the crock trunk?
Accidentally. In your possession.
Do you know what? No, I didn't make everything. I know.
I'm gonna admit to it on camera now. What are you talking about? You guys got all this evidence over here. Absolutely not.
I tried to sexy phone, they were like, put that back.
That's awesome. Thank you. Hello.
Hello. In Game of Thrones, with this stacked cast that you guys always have, when they mentioned the actors, actresses, was there anyone that really surprised you that might have lived up to your expectation of their actual skills or anything like that?
I mean, I thought everyone was so excellent and such good humans. Charles Dance and I worked together about 5 million times, playing mother and daughter and father. So I kind of knew. I think Charles blew me away. Like we got into some stuff as Tyler and Cersei.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Good luck with the new movie.
Thank you. Thank you. Hello.
Hello, okay, so I know you said you haven't read the books, but I was wondering if you, A, know who Taina Merriweather is, and if you do, what did you think about them cutting her from the show?
Yep. Get into it. What do you think about the cutting her from the show?
Well, I think that her character added like a lot of insight into Cersei's like softer side, and I really liked what she brought.
Was she her lover?
Yes, she was her lover.
I think I might have said, why is that not happening?
Right.
Thank you, because when I read those books, I was shocked that they cut her out. I was like,
Spit off, you guys.
Please, someone good word for the Taina fans, please.
I love it. Game of Thrones and Cersei's person. Hello.
Hi there. So one of the things that really drew me to Game of Thrones as a watcher was how Shakespearean the characters were and the stories. And I was wondering, do you have a favorite character in the Shakespearean world universe that you've either played or would like to play one day?
Oh, I see, this just absolutely shows me up for not fucking reading. And someone said that to me the other day, every great story begins with Shakespeare, right? Every movie we've ever seen.
Right.
I mean, I'd love to play Macbeth. That would be,
Yes.
if we can gently that one.
That'd be awesome. Make that happen. Somebody.
Someone, anyway.
One of the most powerful scenes for me in Game of Thrones was Cersei's walk of shame.
Yes.
Did you find that difficult, and was there a lot of preparation? Because let's face it, it don't carry nothing else.
I mean, that was, we did plan that for a long time. That was David Knight's episode, and who I love, the director. And we talked about that because the show was kind of well known at that point, and the fans were kind of ravenous, and they were all in Croatia. And I was like, I just physically can't walk naked through thousands of people who were extras that love the show. That's just fucking weird. So we got one from Rebecca who did the nude walk, I did the walk in a bikini, and then they did swapped our faces. But it was, it was a really tricky. It was like a 3-day event, and us, swapping in and out, and doing the physical and the emotional versions of
You
it.
didn't actually shave your head either.
What?
You didn't actually shave your head either.
No, I wore the what I refer to as the turnip.
Here you go. Keep those locks safe. Hello.
All right, so dragons were a huge part of the Game of Thrones world, and I'm curious, if dragons actually existed, one, would you ride one? And two, if so, where would you go and what would you do?
Wow.
I totally ride one. Are you kidding? Going back and tell you to the set.
That would be awesome. Great. Last question.
Not a question. I just wanted to say you made a Sarah Connor, 19
You did like such a jig to get over to the microphone. I'll let you do this last one.
Let's show up now.
I got you.
I understand you were part of the Rise of the Ninja Turtle series.
Yes.
What was your reaction when they told you in the show that the character you were playing was going to be the ex-girlfriend of Master Splinter?
I was thrilled.
Absolutely.
He doesn't want a little splinter.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, MegaCon, make some noise one more time. Before you go,
I haven't read any.
no, not read anything. But if you could have chosen anyone to become king of the world, who would it have been?
Joss Lit.
Please.
There we go. There we go.
Yes.
Yes.
You know who I'm going to say.
Of course. I just wanted to hear you say it so we can get charged up.
Cersei.
Yes. MegaCon, make some noise one more time. Thank you so much for coming. Absolute pleasure. All right. I did say that I would do the cartwheel, right?
Have fun doing it in 4K.
I know, right? You got a lot of room. Okay, here we go. Ready?